So I found these two signs from Dollar Tree. The Hello Pumpkin looks like a little faux rolling pin, and I thought that was really cute. But I didn't want to just set it out as it is. So I was walking around and I found this little house, just more of a year-round decoration. It's just a little wooden piece, and so I'm gonna pop off everything that is on this. The fabric was glued down pretty strongly. It looked like it was really, almost like heat set on there. So it took me a minute to get it off. But my whole idea was to combine these two signs and really just make something pretty for fall. But yeah, as you can see, I'm like getting my wire cutters in here and having to rip this fabric up because it's just so tightly secured on here. And really, if I had taken the heart off and left this black and white check background, that could have worked too. But I thought just the black and white and then the orange was probably a little more Halloween vibe than a fall vibe. So I thought I could do something fun and change out the background on this house. But yeah, you can tell I'm really struggling with this fabric. So if you try something like this or you find another sign, just be patient with it. It eventually will come off. That's what I have. I just took some sandpaper and I'm trying to get any of the excess fabric kind of off. But my whole idea is to take a piece of paper and cover this wood, so I didn't want it to be too textured on top. So I'm really just trying to remove any of the additional threads that are remaining towards the top using that sandpaper. I was going to take this Harvest Gold paint and paint the roof and the sides of this house because I thought this color would go really well with the orange in that Hello Pumpkin rolling pin sign. So I'm just going to go over like I said, the roof and the sides of this house. I thought that would just be a really fun little touch. And I also thought go ahead and paint all the sides of everything just to give that extra touch so that everything matches. And I wasn't so much worried about keeping the paint on just the roof again because I'm going to cover that center area, so you don't have to go for perfection on that, but get two good coats on that roof and the sides. I really just think little details like that elevate your projects and make them not look so DIY. They make them look more like something that you buy in a boutique rather than something that you made. So those are just little things to pay attention to when you're creating things. So I'm going to finish this up here. Like I said, two good coats on here, get some really good coverage. And next thing I'm going to take this watercolor pumpkins paper, just scrapbook paper. Also, I painted the back of this sign so that everything matched. So I'm kind of trying to guesstimate the area of this paper that I need to cut out here. And so I'm going to trace around the whole house, but kind of have a little notch. And you can see I'm trying to kind of freehand where that roof comes in. And it's not perfect and it doesn't have to be. I'm really going for trying to get that central area, but just copying the pitch of the roof here. So you'll see what I do in a sec to make sure that I get all the paper that I need. And I'm doing all this tracing, of course, on the back of the paper so that if I mess up, it won't really matter. And you'll see what I'm talking about once I get this cut out here. But I just love this sweet little pumpkin paper. So you can see I'm just taking my fingernail and creasing along the edge so that I know everything is going to fit the way that it should, and just going over it and creasing again so that I can take that paper and remove the excess paper. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up going in with just like a box cutter and removing it and just trying to be as clean as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay because you'll see why in a minute. But I already just absolutely love this yellowy gold color up against that paper. So I'm just going to take Mod Podge, and again, I told you guys, since so much of the fabric threads remained on this wood, you're gonna need a decent amount here. The biggest trick with Mod Podge and paper to make sure you don't have wrinkles is to, even if you have to use a lot, is really just go for an even coating. So you're really trying to spread the Mod Podge out in a smooth, even layer. So I'm just trying to get everything kind of lined up, and you have a few minutes, or not even minutes, about 30 seconds to a minute to get everything in place. So you can see kind of, I'm working here with this. So I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to go around here. I think that'll help hide the spot where it's not so perfect, where I had to cut that paper. And I think using something like this, I use this Dollar Tree twine a ton. You'll see it in a lot of my videos. I bought this roll probably 2 or 3 years ago. And because I'm just using little bits, it's lasted so long, and it works for any kind of project, any year-round project, any seasonal project. So something like this, it's great to keep on hand in your craft supplies. So if you see something like that, definitely pick it up. So now is the time to truly combine these two. So I'm going to glue them together with my glue gun and just make sure I get a really good seal. So taking my Ryobi drill, I love using the Ryobi drill and the Ryobi glue gun, but I'm going to use this drill in a tiny little bit, and I wanted to add some flowers and some pumpkins, but I didn't just want to glue them on. I wanted to give them a spot where I could put the wired pieces inside of little holes. So I'm taking this paper sunflower. I got it from Dollar Tree several years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm just going to put that in with some hot glue and wind it together with some greenery. And I also have like a little foam pumpkin, again on a wire, that I can put in the edge here. And I think just having that whole, those special little touches, that's what makes this unique and fun. And rather than making it look like two tiny little signs, it makes it really special. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me create this little kind of built-on sign. I think it turned out really, really great. Thank you so much for watching.